This is The Sit Down, and I'm here with model and actor Diane Kruger, star of a new thriller called The Operative. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm well. It's great to have you in the suit I want to take. I hear it's a men's suit that you had put for, for yourself, so you may need to watch yourself when you walk out. I think this blue would look great on me.
We'll exchange shirts. I'm buying your shirt.
Oh my God, see, fashion twins. So let's go back to you and not me, because I could talk about me for a while. You have a new film coming out called The Operative, and you play an undercover spy who is trying to infiltrate Iran's nuclear division. What was it like to step into this role, considering the current political environment?
You know, it was one of the reasons why I was so interested in it. Obviously, reading the script, it felt very, well, you know, I was shocked that this film was coming to me, even though it's based on a book that's about 10 years old. But I remember in the early 2000s when all those nuclear devices were blowing up by themselves in Iran. And, you know, I just, given the current events, it feels like a very pressing movie to watch. Yeah,
it does. It feels very contemporary as we're thinking about that. And in the film, you had to give up your very famous blonde hair for it. How long did it take you to get used to not being a blonde anymore?
It's, you know, I don't really like to be dark-haired. I feel like it doesn't look that great on me, but it kind of, you know, it makes me disappear very much, you know, and I think the whole point of this was trying to make me as plain and as fading away as possible, because the best spies you don't remember meeting, or you know. So it was fun for the part, but going back to blonde was not so fun. The stages of orange were not great.
Oh, it was like a gradient?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So beyond the hair color, were there any folks you were thinking of as you were creating this character? Because as you noted, you had to become a different person. You didn't get to be the Diane Kruger with blonde hair, and you got to have that space to be a new thing. So who were you thinking of when you were creating this person?
Well, my character's based on a real-life person, and so I had the opportunity to chat with her a lot. I didn't meet her because she's still living, you know, she doesn't want to be seen. So I just, you know, I looked at pictures that she sent me personally of what she looked like, and just talking with the director as well. You know, at one point we were thinking about lenses to make my eyes dark, but that felt too much. It's like a process, you know. Also, I was pregnant during the filming of this movie, so the costumes were progressively getting bigger and less flattering, you know, so you do become a different person.
Constant changing. So you recently posted a quote from President Trump with this caption that I want to read. He might actually be the devil who can't spell, which I thought was tremendously funny. Why have you decided not to shy away from expressing your political opinions outside of acting?
Well, because I'm a citizen of the world, and I'm a citizen of the United States, and this is where I live, and, you know, I love this country tremendously, and even though I'm not American by birth, the people of America have shown me so much kindness, and you know, I just love living here, and my daughter is American, and I feel concerned, like everybody, you know, about the future of the world and of this country, so, you know, I think it's just, as an immigrant myself in this country, I feel threatened sometimes, you know, and as a woman, you know, I feel like he is stomping on the very things that I wanted to come here for in the first place, you know. So I think it's dangerous times, and especially being German, I feel like a very ugly part of my country's past is being reborn here, you know.
And do you think about that as you cross these borders? Because I know you just came from London.
I do, and you know, I'm a child of the European Union. So when I was 16, everything opened up for me. The possibilities were endless. You know, borders were going away, and I think about it for my daughter's sake. When she's going to be able to work in a different country, or is she going to be able to travel? What is her view of the world going to be? And so all of this is concerning to me, of course.
Yes. And, you know, you mentioned of times changing, and things are changing for the better and for the worse, sometimes at the same time, it feels like. And something within your own industry that has happened is that we've seen the emergence of the Me Too movement. As an actress in Hollywood, have you seen it get better since women have been coming forward and talking about this?
In my experience, yes. Like, for example, this film I'm just doing in London is a very good example of it. It's called 355. It is produced by Jessica Chastain, who, and it's a female ensemble spy film. All women are paid the same. We all own a piece of the movie. we all have children, so we're allowed to bring our family to set. You know, it's a very family-friendly environment. And so because of that, everybody feels, you know, we're so happy to be there, and we want to go the extra mile for this movie because we're all treated equal and we're all paid equal, you know. And I don't know, I just feel like that's the way forward, and I really thank her for being the pioneer and, you know, really putting her money where her mouth is.
It's incredible. Yeah. I've seen you post about it currently, but I don't know much about the content of the film. So what can you tell us about what we can expect from it?
It's a fun movie. It's an action film. It's like a female Jason Bourne, I'd say, you know, and it's Lupita Nyong'o, Jessica Chastain, Fan Bingbing, myself, and Penelope Cruz, and we all play spies from our respective countries.
Yes, and there's incredible women. You mentioned some of them, but I just want to say the names again. You know, Lupita Nyong'o's in it, Jessica Chastain. These are badass women.
Yes.
What is it like to be on a set where you're working with such strong, powerful women and also creating a new way of thinking about women in film?
It's a dream job. They're dream girls, and it's a dream job. I've never been in a film where I had so many female co-stars. It's usually just guys, you know. Not that that's not good, but this is a real movie about sisterhood that I have not experienced, and it feels really, really, really good. And you know, she's a great example, and you know, she does it all. I'm in awe.
It looks incredible, and when I knew we were going to be sitting down today, I started diving into that. I was like, wait, Zach, you got to look at the Operative too. Fine. Well, moving beyond the films that you're working on, your birthday was just recent.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of headlines about your partner posting a photo of you and your daughter's arm. And I would love to ask you about, like, why do you feel like you have to fight so hard to stay so private? Because I see the photos everywhere, and I feel like that has to be tremendously difficult to navigate that.
It is for me. You know, I didn't know that I was going to feel so strongly about it before I had her. But as I was coming back from the Operative and I was very heavily pregnant, I felt like I was under siege. I was, you know, there's paparazzi constantly in front of our house. You know, grown men follow me around while you're heavily pregnant. As soon as she was born, you know, putting her in the stroller, going around, people just, you know, men shouting at her and us, following us in cars. It just feels like such an invasion of privacy. And I don't want her to grow up like this. I want her to be able to go to the park and be anonymous and choose her own life. And so we decided we're going to try our hardest, and it's very difficult. Obviously, the paparazzi, I made a big pledge about it. I wrote a long post about, please do not post these pictures. They're taken without our consent.
Yeah.
Obviously, the paparazzi have not respected that, but a lot of magazines have chosen not to print them. So.
And what did it feel like to have your partner post that photo? Because I feel like that had to be a big moment, that you're kind of letting people in a little bit, but it's on your terms.
Well, you know, we're not hiding her. We're not going to show her face. So, you know, you'll see, I've posted myself a picture of her on Mother's Day by the beach and from the back, you know. It's just, I don't want to expose her, and I don't want to put her, I want her to be safe. That's the other thing, because we're dealing with some very intense fandom sometimes.
It sounds as though. Wow. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and blessing me with your suit and your work and everything. And this has just been a delight.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Well, the Operative premieres in theaters on this Friday, August 2nd. Well, not this Friday. August 2nd is far from here, and I'm trying to ruin y'all's summer. I'm so sorry. So stay tuned for more AIM to DM up next, y'all.